They are side by side. Oh, there's massive action at the back of the pack. Oh, look at it!
There's the move.
There's more contact down the straight.
Oh!
They're pushing each other in 4 wide.
Oh, there's contact. That is unbelievable.
Hello everyone, welcome to round 6 of the R6 V8 Supercar Series from Oulton Park. Thanks to everyone at Big Pond, Extreme Sim Gear and Direct Clutch Services. Stephen, Sam and Clark joining me in the commentary box tonight. Josh Muggleton. Josh, how you going, mate?
Good, thanks, mate. Be here and looking forward to this race. Should be a cracker.
And also that being my good friend Daniel Bryant. Daniel, how you going, mate?
Good, mate, good to be here to see this race, and I'm actually have quick look at the grid, and there's actually names that are familiar to probably a few of us, but you don't normally see many of these guys in the top split, so yeah, some new faces out there for the rest of the guys to see.
Now for you at home maybe wondering where Daniel is, Jay's having the night off. And he has to get to listen to us carry on and call the shots. So, interesting way of having the night's broadcast go.
Scary stuff, scary stuff.
So we'll quickly run through the 23 starters for tonight. One name I was pretty happy with is Chest qualified quite well. Doesn't look like he's made this session though at the moment.
No, I don't think he has, shame.
Yeah, we were just talking up on just how well his times were, but we'll quickly peel through these. Madison down on pole from Justin Ruggier in second, Shane Van Gisbergen in third, Mitchell McLeod fourth, John Emerson in fifth, Curtis Chipaway sixth, Scott McLaughlin seventh, Sean Kelly in eighth, Brad Ryan ninth, Cal Watmore in 10th, Christopher Osborne 11th, Andrew Lee in 12th, Paul Gallen in 13th, Stuart Wood 14th, Scott Fontaine in 15th, Carol May in 16th, Samuel Collins in 17th, in 18th, Simon Black in 19th, Marty Atkins in 20th, Dave Higston runs out to 21st, Mark Turner in 22nd, and Jason Brunton is your 23 car field for round 6 at Oulton Park. Who's your money on, boys?
I've got to put mine on Madison. He was pretty comfortable the last race, and I'd say he's got a bit up his sleeve for this one. So, but saying that, Shane's in there and he's right up the front, and we all know what he can do, so it could be anyone's.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Justin on this one, just because I backed him last week. I'm going to back him again this week, and Jay's not here to curse anyone, so yeah, I'm going to go with Justin.
How was that too, watching that last week, Justin getting his first win in the main game, so it was good to see and well deserved. So the Revs arrives, almost ready. 25 laps around Oulton Park, 17 turns. These guys got their work cut out for them. As we get underway and the lights go green, and a good start from Madison down. Justin Ruggier trying to get up the inside, doesn't quite pull it off. Thinks about it, but just sneaks in and sits in behind Madison.
Yeah, it looks like we're all getting in through the first corner. Mitchell's side by side with Scott coming down to turn 3. Oh, he's almost off the road, but he's held it in nicely. Looks like everyone's settled in single file almost.
Just have a look, Scotty got a little bit sideways there off the exit. Oh, one of the cars off. John Emerson just runs a little bit wide. It's so tough when you get tyres on the grass there.
Well to keep that off the wall there. That's tough to do.
Did a great job to rejoin, no contact. Unfortunately, he's lost a lot of spots, but yeah, like you said, brilliant job to keep it off the wall.
And after that incident, Scotty's here, he's all over Mitch, and he'll be looking for a way to get past real soon.
Fairly clean start, which is exactly what you want. You don't need any big chaos on the first lap. 25 laps around here, the guys got to have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, Scotty's really big in the back of that middle at the moment.
He is, and the way the last race, he used a lot of fuel early and got some pace and gap, and then brought it home nice and safe towards the end. And as he had a look up the inside here, He'll be trying to do that this race and get past Mitch for sure.
It's something that probably happens a lot on, although, you know, anyone can make a pit stop. Yeah, we've sort of worked out by the numbers, you can pretty much do 25 laps on a tank of fuel, but you are going to have to save a little bit, isn't that right?
Yeah, there's a few places you lift off early and modulate the throttle a bit, but yeah, no, you can do it pretty comfortably.
Is that with all the, obviously with the elevation change, you hit those downhill slopes, you can probably lift that throttle a bit and just let it roll?
Yeah, you normally do it at the longer straights and coming into big braking areas. There's a lot of fuel to be saved there. So yeah, no, you just, as Scott looks up the inside of Mitch,
Nice move.
Job done. Oh, big slide on exit though.
Nice, he really got the car position well under brakes, and there wasn't pretty much Mitchell could do anything about that. He had the position and yeah, did the job done. It was a nice effort.
So then Ruggie has to be breaking out of the way a little bit here from Shane, building up that little bit of a gap.
Yeah, I think Shane will be with this. He's just going to let these two have a bit of a battle. He's driving his race. I'm sure he'll be hitting his numbers and he's just watching in brief. So these three I think will... Oh, Madison, big wobble there coming through that king.
It's pretty much the same 2.6 we saw for the Phillip Island 500. You know, Shane was happy to let everyone sort of do the bolt on him a little bit at the start. He knew what he had to do as far as, as you look up the inside, Justin Ruggie. Nice move up the inside from Madison down. Got the job done. Well done.
Yeah, good move, forceful, and there wasn't much Matt could do about that.
No, he definitely got his car in the right position and made it count. I think when we were watching this for last season, it was the same kind of moves done in the same spot. You really kind of had to have the pace and get your car in there, and then obviously it's really hard to defend from that.
Yeah, that's not what Madison did at this point of the race. He wants to control this race, so he'll have his work cut out now to keep pace and then also save his fuel. So, and he's falling into the clutches of Shane a bit also.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be one that rocks you, that kind of overtake where you really don't see it coming. You knew the person behind you had speed, but really Justin just kind of got the car in and made it happen. Knew what he was doing, held his line, and yeah, that kind of has got to rock you mentally.
You got to pretty much give up when you see a driver position there, have that attack
Oh,
under
contact!
brakes.
Madison's giving him a bit of a serve. He wants that position back.
It's probably a bit racier than I would have expected out of these guys, because we spoke about how it has to be a bit of a fuel conservation mode, but these guys are really getting all the moves done and putting it down at the moment.
Yeah, you do have a bit of a slight window where you can really push for a few laps and you can bring it back at the end, your fuel consumption, but yeah, this is a battle to see who controls this race, and I wouldn't be surprised if they drop off pace real big at the end of the race and Shane's right in there.
You're probably the best to talk about this, Muggo, as far as how hard is it to be in fuel conservation mode when you know if you don't lift off the throttle and save fuel, you're not going to make the end. But at the end of the day, you've got to race the blokes that are around you for a decent position in the race.
Oh, absolutely. It makes the races very mentally draining. A classic example was Watkins Glen this year. I think there was a train of 5 or 6 cars and you're all jostling for position and trying to squeeze that extra bit of throttle to make track. But yeah, the whole time you're looking at your fuel numbers and thinking, oh, that's going to come back to bite me at the end of the race.
And someone who got pace is Scott McLaughlin. He's made a little gap there on Mitchell McLeod, and he's pulling away quite nicely, so he's looking quite pacey. We've just heard in our ear that a few drivers have actually gone and decided to make that fuel stop and get it out of the way. Looks like Andrew Lee, Martin Turner and Dave Hickston, maybe the guys. Simon Black, Eddie Atkins. So look, those guys have decided to call it early and just stop for fuel, and then they know they can push as hard as they want.
Well, that's right. If you're not comfortable with the whole fuel saving thing, you can just do that and then just drive the wheels off it. You're free, and like we've seen over the past seasons, anything can happen in this series, and there can be crashes and people running out on the last lap. So it's not a bad strategy.
definitely one of those ones where you're probably playing it a bit left of field compared to everyone else, but you never know what's going to pay off. And knowing Andrew Lee for a while now, he'll be the kind of guy that he'll just drive this thing. He'll just absolutely nail it. I think he gets in his fast, and he'll be trying to hit those numbers now.
Well, that's right. I mean, I say it's a good strategy. It's definitely the alternate strategy. If you can do the race on no stops and fuel saving, then that's the way you need to do it. But then again, like I said, if you're not comfortable with it, you can just get there, you're free, and you don't have to worry about all the fuel consumption. Shane's getting really racy at the moment.
Yeah, he's definitely given Madison Down something to think about. He's got himself there in a bit of an ANZ sandwich, and Scotty's joining the fold there too. So it'd be interesting to see who's actually wants to pressure for the front and actually lead this thing, or if the guys are pretty much happy to run a little bit of single file and maybe save some fuel early on.
Yeah, well, we've seen it passionately. Justin has been a bit more heavy-footed than the guys around him, and he likes to use a bit more fuel and do the big blips. So it'll be interesting to see how much Madison and Shane are saving behind, and if he's going to have to drop the pace towards the end of the race. But then again, track position's everything, so you really want to be leading this race, that's for sure.
Geez, Madison quite
And here he
pacey.
goes. Here he goes.
Making the move up the inside.
Got to make it stick now and hold side by side to one.
And they come to the front. That'll put Madison on the right side for the next turn too. So if he can hold his position, I think Justin will be smart and does it. Just back out a little bit and give Madison the position.
Yeah, he's done that well. It's what he needed to do, and he needed to do it quickly. So.
Although his flight looks like a little bit on the crossover, no, thinks better of it. That's definitely not a place where you want to go too wide through that section.
No, that's right, and all that's a consequence of being on the inside at turn one, and it's still going here, but it's going to be interesting.
Now, Justin's got the position. He's got the inside move, and Madison's going to have to give it up. So the guys are slowing around.
Oh, no, contact. Oh.
That's a great move.
Lucky, he's almost got that right rear tyre on the grass too. Oh, more contact there between him and Justin.
Corner. It's on here, this is great.
Yeah, Shane's giving him a little bit of bump to give a bit of a push along.
Geez, the guys don't mix them up in these early stages. They're giving each other the love taps, and looks like Madison's looking quite pacey here, getting throttled down, always sideways over those bumps too.
Oh, absolutely. Forget Justin's trophy. There's sheep stations on the line for this one.
No concentration going on. These guys are pushing.
The funny thing that we saw at that too, these guys had themselves a nice little gap over the rest of the field, but you can see in the background the likes of Mitchell McLeod, Carl Watmore, Curtis Chipaway, they're bringing themselves into this fold for position for first as well.
Well, that's right. With these pushing, shoving, and really getting the tail out, it's not much to take these three out of the race if they get it wrong.
Talking about how tricky this track is, or it can be, as far as undulations. Even just coming out of that section there onto the front straight, just getting the power down, the rear just wants to break loose on you all the time, just because of how the track is undulated.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to worry about the guy in front, the guy behind, and watching your fuel numbers. It's tough. Scott's using his tyres a bit to keep pace at the moment. He's sliding a fair bit.
There's another valid. Actually, we talk about these guys saving fuel and not pitting. You also got to look after your rubber, because you've got to make them go 25 laps because you're not making that pit stop.
Yeah, they hold on well when you're fuel saving. If you were to do it flat out and push the whole way, you'd really struggle at the end. But when you're rolling off that bit and taking the load off going into corners, you can hold on to these tyres fairly well. But then again, once you get in that battle and the red mist descends and you start getting on the power early, anything can happen, and you start overheating the tyres.
Oh, big moment there. Shane Gisbergen had all crossed up. Lucky to stay on the circuit. Now he's going to have his hands full with Scott McLaughlin right behind him.
Yeah, Scott's been very into him then, and he's let him keep the position.
Geez, that was a big moment. He was lucky to hold on. That's given Madison some breathing space, which he'll greatly take, because he's got his hands full just trying to get his way past around Ruggier. Ruggier's looking real racy and got good position. So, yeah, he'll be grateful for that breath of fresh air behind him.
Yeah, and this will be that time where the front two try and save that bit of fuel. Now that they've got that bit of a gap and a bit of breathing space, they can lay it off and save that fuel and push it to the end.
So, Emerson just gets himself a position there on Sean Kelly coming into turn 1.
And gives him a bit of a tail wag way past.
As we look back at Justin Ruggier up front, a little bit of breathing space, got himself, it's only about 2 or 3 tenths over Madison down, and Shane Van Gisbergen 3rd, Scott McLaughlin 4th, and Mitchell McLeod in 5th. But this guy's been having a great tussle up front. You wouldn't believe that they'd just done 500 kilometres a couple of days ago, and here they are running hard at the front.
Yeah, they're probably relieved to just go flat out at it now and not have to worry about 3 or 4 pit stops down the track and who's doing the undercut or whatever. So yeah, no, this is definitely a good change of pace, and they're back to what they're used to. So it's definitely entertaining, that's for sure.
Just heard that McLeod might have a bit of a moment. He's definitely got his hands full now with Cal Watmore tucked in behind him. So, you know, Mitch probably may not be too happy with the way the car is at the moment, not sure, but he can see that front group of 4 just slowly disappearing off into the distance on him a little bit. It's interesting when it comes to these fuel conservation races, because you just don't know how it's going to play out. You can see that, you know, the guys are running a great pace up front, but just because you're up front doesn't mean that you're doing everything right as far as saving fuel. It's easy to get caught up in a battle and get racy and then to forget about your fuel numbers sometimes. So the guys really have to concentrate on what their fuel numbers are that they need to hit to make the end of the race. So, you know, although these guys are running up front, doesn't mean they're going to finish there.
Absolutely, and Justice started blinking, which is giving Madison another thing to think about. So it's all on.
Just having a little bit of look, not so much further back the field, but your teammate Cal Watmore is doing a fantastic job at the moment.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. We wanted to get him for a little while now, and he went over to Infinity, and we finally got him. And he's a great bloke, and he's good to have him in the hyperstimulator family. So no, it's good to see him up there, and he's definitely got more pace, and he'll keep moving towards the front, that's for sure.
Jeez, nothing
Nothing
up the front.
Scott's sliding it into the corner, Shane's in deep, Madison's pretty much pushing Justin. This is great racing.
It's an awesome to watch it. It's sort of, you know, you grit your teeth sometimes when you're in these battles, but once it's all done and run, you absolutely love these kind of battles, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. This is what we're for, as Madison starts to blink now as well. But yeah, you love getting in this sort of battle, and even if you're down the field somewhere or out of the top 10, if you come out of the race and you've sweated hard and you've put a battle in with 3 or 4 cars, it doesn't matter where you finish.
I've seen a number of passing opportunities here. What about yourself, Muggo? What's a good spot? What do you like to pass if you've got the car in the right position? Have you got a favourite passing spot on this track?
Yeah, I like into the hairpin down the bottom there. If you can get close enough and just feint the car wide to up the inside, then that's a good one. But the other one is into the last corner. Just duck out at the last second, get in nice and deep, and make the engine go quiet as you lock the rears. But no, it's good. You have to be committed here, that's for sure. Because if the person in front is awake, they can make it very hard to get past.
Justin's with everything right as far as holding Madison off. Well, I don't say holding him off, he's just doing a great job and just having that car in the right spot. And looks like Madison's trying to have a look up the inside. Will he get the job done? Oh, Justin gives him just enough room. There's not much in it,
only
though.
just enough. He gave him what he had to, and he made it tough, which is fine.
Madison's quite pacey there, you know. He's had enough of looking at the back of Justin's car there, and he can see that Shane's all over him, and he has a bit of a moment.
Big wobble.
On the edge, just kind of pushing maybe a little bit too hard to try and stay with them or take advantage of a Justin Madison battle.
Yeah, the eyes at dinner plates too, don't they? You know, when you see someone have a bit of a red hot go in front of you, and they tend to slow each other up, it's not hard to get yourself caught up and probably outbrake yourself a little bit. But you also find yourself, I think, tucked in when you're tucked in behind a car like this. Sometimes it's hard to catch your braking markers because you're so focused on the rear of the car that's right in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely, and try and look past that car, and Justin's car's in the way, so it is tough, and you've got to sort of anticipate where the corner's going to be sometimes. But yeah, you do get caught out sometimes, but it's all part of it.
Just have a look. Looks like he's just dropped off a little bit. He sort of finds himself about 2 seconds from this pack, so I wonder if he's used up his tyres. They're just trying to run with these guys, because it was a 4-car show there for a little while, and Scott's going to have his work cut out if he wants to have a piece of this a little bit later on.
Yeah, I'm just flicking the pack to our mate Brad Ryan, who did the hot lap for us. He's in a nice hot battle here with John Emerson, who's been closing up slowly on him. Yeah, former teammate. John's gone over to TTL and under the TTLR banner, and he's found pace as of late, as he's going to have a look up the inside at one, has a think about it, and decides to fight another day. But yeah, no, former teammates, these two are getting faster and faster every week, and this battle's really getting nice.
Brad's got his cut out for him here. Emerson's all over him. Looks like he's going to have a dive up the inside. Brad's going to have to give up the room. Oh, geez,
this is really where Brad goes off.
Geez, that could have been ugly.
It was, but they've both pulled out. They've got that respect between them, and they both come out the other side. So this is a good battle. Doing well this week. He's been on him for a while, and he's staying on the track, so let's hope he can keep it on there and finish with a good result.
Yeah, I reckon it's got to do with Jay not being here. I think because Jay's not talking him up, that's probably why he's still on track. So I think we can safely blame Jay by the looks of this.
Oh, absolutely. Got that expertise in the commentator's curse, although I am wearing Jay's slippers tonight. He got me a pair, so he's here in spirit, that's for sure.
Nothing much up front. We've got Justin Ruggier still leading over Madison down in second. Shane Van Gisbergen in third. Scott McLaughlin fallen back from this pace a little bit. It's 2.5 seconds back in fourth place. Mitchell McLeod in fifth. Cal Watmore in sixth. Curtis Chipaway seventh. Brad Ryan, we were just talking about, in eighth place. John Emerson in ninth, and Sean Kelly ran out your top 10. But these top three with Justin Ruggier and Madison down.
John and Brad have gone side by side through the second corner. Great racing. These two are keeping on it.
Definitely got his hands, hasn't he? He thought he was going to have his work cut out for the hot lap, but now he's got Emerson all over the back of him.
Yeah, John just slid a little bit mid-corner there, otherwise it would have been a great pass around the outside. Madison's right up back of Ruggier again. He really wants to get past now.
So it's lap 15 of 25. We're approaching the halfway mark of this race. these guys haven't given an inch up front. Looks like Shane's just dropped off a little bit. He's probably happy just to sit back and watch these guys. Shane's probably pretty keen on look at his fuel numbers, but
It's the front two just both had a moment together there.
good little battle. They're not up an inch, are they?
No, I was just about to say they're probably just going to hold station for a little while and see what's what at the end and see how much fuel they can push with, but they're not backing off, they're still going.
There's times I'd love to have a little sneaky nose at their fuel numbers just to see how they're going, but I guess time will tell, and the guys have just got to be careful with that right foot.
Yeah, that's right. We've got a little telemetry setup that we run on our second screen, which tells us our lap usage and averages for fuel and how much is left in the tank. So I'm sure Madison will be keeping one eye on that, one eye on the on Justin ahead of him.
The one thing I love about this, last round, Justin got the win and got the hoodoo off his back as such to get the main race win off his back. He's got that under his belt. Now he's going for two in a row.
Yeah, and the other thing, Madison hasn't had a main race win in a while, I don't think. I think the last one was Road America, was it?
I might have to wait for our statistician to give us our info through the years. I'm not quite sure.
We're just trying to figure out when Madison's last main race win was. There you go, I was right. Round one, Road America.
Oh,
he
tagged
did a
it.
shove.
Madison right in the back of Justin Ruggier, and Shane's now right up the tail of Madison, so Shane takes an awfully wide line through there. I don't know if he's just being careful with the bumps here or what, but
yeah.
It's different, isn't it?
I think he's just trying to straighten those bumps out and keep on full throttle as long as he can. I experiment with it a few laps when the tyres get off, but yeah, it's different. He makes you think he's going to have a look at one every time, that's for sure.
Actually a bit surprised how fast he's fallen back. We don't see him normally fall off the post just quite like he has. It's like it's sort of fallen off a cliff a little bit.
Carl and May and Bill Collins have just had a bit of a coming together at the last corner. No harm done, just a bit of a touch, but they both continue on. Something's got to give at the front here. These two have been too close together for too long. Something's got to give.
You've got to say they've done pretty well to be 15 laps in on a track like this, to have nothing too major happen yet.
Oh, Madison's getting it all. Hang out. And Justin's the opposite. He's hanging tight on the second last quarter and then straight lining it to the inside for that straight, whereas Shane's going wide and then going outside. So they're just trying to straighten those bumps out coming onto the start finish and try and save that heat in the rear tyres.
I've got to say, one person that deals with pressure really well is Madison. You don't normally see him make mistakes under pressure.
No, he generally keeps it cool about that sort of stuff and doesn't let too many things get to him, which is good. So yeah, but saying that, the two blokes around him don't succumb to pressure that easily either. So this is shaping up to be a good last 8 or 9 laps.
Justin's actually has had a fairly clean race so far. Not too many mistakes, just kind of controlling his car and trying to keep it all under control and settled.
Well, that's right. When you're in the front there, you can control the race and you can hit your own marks and do your own thing. Whereas the two guys behind, they've got to do all that plus try and get past a few cars. So he's got it easy at the moment. We've got Mitch and Shane. Mitch and Scott starting to close up together.
Yeah, Scotty seems lost a bit of pace. I wonder if he's trying to hit numbers from pushing hard early and trying to get those fuel numbers back down.
Yeah, that's what he did the last. He went out hard in the middle and backed it off towards the end. But I think Mitch might be a bit of a threat to him here towards the end of the race if he's been hitting his numbers right. Oh, it's definitely on here. Madison gets a good run here actually. He could have half a look into this chicane. But Justin defends and he's held his line, so he's done the right thing. Just shows you what traction does here, because you can put the car exactly where you want and make it real hard for that guy behind you. Madison's starting to use Shane's alternate line up the straight there to try and get the power down. So we've just got 7 laps or 6 laps after this one to go here at Oulton Park. These three continue the fight up front. It's been hammer and tong the whole way. It'll be interesting to see who's going to have the fuel left at the end.
Definitely interesting. I can't believe guys have been so close for 18 laps.
Yeah, it's been great driving by them all, and they've given a few touches and a few bumps and a few passes, but they've just pulled out the other side and they've stuck together. So it's great to see these guys racing hard and racing clean and all staying on the track. Looks like Cal Watmore in the hyper-stimulated Falcon is just falling back towards Curtis Chipaway a little bit, as these group guys are slowly forming a bit of a 4-car battle.
Yeah, they're starting to get in some groups now. Looks like we've had Sandman out on us, so that's not good to see.
We got him back, I think we... Sandman, you there?
Hope.
Yeah, there we go. Starting to get a bit worried there, mate.
Yeah, I had some words from my director that we weren't having some microphone issues, so I apologise about that.
No, that's right. I was about to break out into song just to keep it entertaining for everyone, but
Yeah.
we'll save that for another night.
No, we've got time tonight. Go on, sing.
Yeah, then we might have serious mic issues and speaker issues, so I'll leave that for another night.
We've had a request. Can you sing When Doves Cry? Apparently it's Richard's favourite song.
I can sing it, not really well, that's all.
Geez, we still got a heck of a battle up front, haven't we, between Ruggier, Down and Gisbergen?
Yeah, they've all been to that chicane there sideways and all made a mistake, and it's just bunched them right up again.
Obviously hasn't had enough for tonight. That's alright. We'll have to make sure that there's more in your fridge for next time, huh, Muggo?
Yeah, I need a bit more lip courage to grab the mic and break out into song, but actually funny because
these guys are going at it. Nice little group of three actually back here with Brad, John and...
Now is Paul Gallen a Latman, or is he fighting for position with these two?
He's...
No, he's definitely in it.
Yeah, Gallen's got himself in 11th, John Evans 10th, and Brad Ryan 9th. So you say that Gallen just runs a little bit wide?
Yeah, I've done it. I'm in. I've got the commentator's curse down pat.
Yeah, you're probably losing some fans right now, Muggo, with commentator's curse. Some of these guys are probably going to try and take you out next race.
Yeah, mate, your fans first to lose them, so that's fine with me. Oh, Shane, big dive! Oh.
Massive dive!
Oh.
He did a great job actually to pull that up, didn't he? Because he was really firing in there.
I was
I
actually...
thought there was 2 ANZ cars in the dirt then.
Yeah, I'd say the truth. I didn't think anyone would make a move down in those chicanes. I personally didn't think there was enough room for that kind of move, but obviously been proved wrong there. He's got that done and he's actually kept it together.
Well, there we go. Shane's made the move, and an excellent move at that. He's made it stick.
Yeah, well, the guys can't afford to run too much. It's 25 laps and we're on lap 20 now, so the guys are definitely running out of time if they don't get the job done.
Well, I don't know if our director can get that. It looks like Andrew Lee's had a bit of an incident at the back there. Managed to spin in. Turn 1, 20, it looks like he's had a bit of an incident. Just pushed a bit too hard, trying to get around Matthew. Nethercott and just spun it.
That day now, though, I think Justin's a shoe-in to win this. He's going to be hard to catch from here.
I was just about to say that that dive that Van Gisbergen made on down has actually given him a bit of breathing space, and Ruggie has got himself sort of an 8/10 of a second gap there.
I think it's going. If Justin gets this one in the back, I don't think he's even going to be able to get on TS. His head's probably just going to explode with joy.
Well, he's got his men behind him now. He's going to protect him from Madison, so it's definitely his to lose now, Justin. Although Matt can have another dive and repay the favour to Shane here.
He's going to look up.
Oh, geez,
Got
get
it up
up
there. Oh, how have they kept that on the track? And all that's done is give Justin a bit more time out in front.
He's going to be looking at his rearview mirror and absolutely loving what he's seeing these two battling, because he's just doing a bit of the head down bum up action and pulling a bit of a gap.
I do know these type racing each other, so they'll be enjoying this even if they finish second and third. So it's on for young and old, that's for sure, between Shane and Madison.
One thing I do like looking at Madison's car tonight is that he sort of commented the last couple of weeks that his tyre wear and that really hasn't been much as far as when you weigh it up to the guys at ANZ, but looks like his car's really hanging in there this week.
Yeah, just as he does apply it off turn 1. Yeah, no, his tyres are in there. He's definitely had the pace out of these three. He just let that track position go, which has cost him, I think. But yeah, we'll see if he can catch back up to Shane now and put some more pressure on him.
Well, this is where it gets into a few cars that are coming up.
I must say, it's been really entertaining to watch. These three guys have been pretty much, you could throw a blanket over them for the entire race and done a brilliant job. A little bit of bumper-to-bumper action, but there's never been anything that's been too harmful as far as, ruin anyone's race. It's just been little gentle love taps here and there. It's been absolutely brilliant to watch.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's just the calibre of this racing that, and these drivers that shows you what this series is becoming. It's, like you said, a blanket over these three for the whole race, and they've been absolutely on it. So it's great to watch, great entertainment.
A little bit further back, but not much. Got to admit, getting closer and closer. Still.
I sort of commented earlier, I don't know if my microphone was working or not back then, but I'm worried that maybe Scotty possibly used up his tyres, and because he was having a red hot go with the guys up the front and fell off pretty quickly, and now it looks like he's got his hands full with Mitchell, and Mitchell will be pretty keen to get that position off him, no doubt.
Yeah, they've sort of into a bit of a love shack together at the moment. They're right on each other, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out the other side.
Well, it's getting interesting up. Looks like Shane's slowly pulling in Justin. Justin's definitely going to have to earn it if he wants to take this win away. Of course, we spoke about last week, he got his first win in the main series for the main race, I should say, and looks like he's going to try and go for two in a row, but he's definitely going to have his work cut out for him because Shane's all over him.
I'll tell you what, I think Justin might be a bit short on fuel here. He's dropped the pace right off.
It's tricky, isn't it? You've got to save fuel, but you've also got to race the guys around you.
Oh, Madison's in on the rear. This isn't over, not by any stretch of the imagination.
So the guys come on. Oh, Shane's had a big moment back there. It's like he took the grass and just got a little bit squirrely, and Madison's all over the back of him. He was lucky to hold on to it.
Yeah, he was all over the wheel like a set of salad spoons there, so it's interesting. The tyres are going off, they're pushing hard, and they're going to see who can get to the finish, that's for sure.
Not long to go. Do you think that Justin's done enough to hold off, or do you think Shane's going to have one last charge?
I don't know, he's got that gap again after Shane made that bit of a mistake, so it's, yeah, I don't know, I'm still wondering if there's question marks over fuel or not.
Guy's got about a lap left to go. Looks like Justin's doing everything right if he can just hit his marks, and he doesn't have to worry about fuel. He could have this in the bag and go from two.
Yeah, Justin's living on a prayer if he can get home on fuel, I think, because Shane's coming at him.
Shane's doing is to get that power down. It's moving around a little bit, but I don't know. I think I think Justin's probably just done just enough to bring this home. The guys will come to the strike, and there'll only be one more lap to go. And I think Justin's probably sitting in the right spot for another win.
Yeah, I'd probably has now. I don't think Shane's going to do anything too silly here on the last lap.
So we're coming to the last here at Oulton Park, round 6 of the R6 V8 Supercar Series. These guys have been battling out for 25 laps. And Mitchell is all over the back of Scott McLaughlin. He knows he's only got one more lap to get it done.
Which is an aggressive drive. Want to get this done. He'll want this spot.
Yeah, we're into the final count now. Let's see if he can get the job done by the end of the lap.
We almost need screens here because Shane Van Gisbergen is all over the back of Ruggier. Gives him a little bit of tap on exit, possibly he's going to try and see if he can get the move done. Looks up the inside here, has he got enough? But Justin holds his ground, takes the alternate driving line, and now it's brought Madison back in it. And Madison gives Van Gisbergen a little bit of a touch.
Yeah, this could be that. Oh, I don't think this is over yet.
Guys only need to hold on for half. Justin, can he bring it home? It'll be 2 from 2. He's only got a few more turns to go. He's got Van Gisbergen all over the back of him, and all over the back of him is Madison down. These guys have been battling it out for 25 laps solid, and it looks like Justin's going to do it and bring it home for 2 wins in a row. Justin last got the monkey off his back and comes home. Oulton Park takes the win. 2 wins out of 2 weeks. Brilliant job from Justin Ruggier.
Yeah, well done. That just shows a bit of confidence can do for you, and he's strung two together now, and I dare say he's going to keep on going with it. So great drive by him and great drive by the top 3. That was a really, really good race.
So we finish it off. Van Gisbergen second, Madison down third. Scott McLaughlin brings it home for 4th place. Had a great battle there in the end with
And
Mitchell
Shane's
McLeod.
out of not Shane, sorry. Justin's out of fuel just after the first corner. That's how tight it was.
Guys did a brilliant effort race long, didn't they?
Oh, they did. Knew it was going to be tight because of how hard they were pushing, and he's run out just after the line, so he's done it perfectly. Madison's out as well.
Quickly finish the rest of the field as they cross the line. We got Cal Watmore in 6th, Curtis Chipaway 7th, John Emerson 8th, Sean Kelly 9th, Rennie out the 10. Brad Ryan came out with the 10th place finish, so well done Brad Ryan.
Yeah, something might have happened to him because he lost 2 positions there after John, so I'll be interested to go back to the replay and see what happened to him.
We'll finish out to the field. Paul Gallen in 11th, Scott Fontaine 12th, Christopher Osborne 13th, Samuel Collins in 14th, Matthew Nethercote 15th, Dave Higston in 16th, Jason Brunton in 17th, Andrew Lee in 18th, Martin Turner in 19th, in 20th position was Simon Black, in 21st Marty Atkins, 22nd Carol May, and in 23rd position Stuart Wood. Great battle to watch race long, wasn't it, fellas? 25 laps and you couldn't separate the top 3 all night.
Oh, absolutely. Great racing. Covered by a blanket the whole way, and yeah, no one off the track, and kept it nice and clean, but really exciting stuff.
We'll quick hold tight and fingers crossed we can get a couple of people into the commentary box and have a chat, and hopefully have a chat with Ruggier. Ruggier will be over the moon. He was excited enough to get his win last week, and now to back it up again 2 weeks in a row, he'd be stoked.
Yeah, that's right. And like before, that he's carried that confidence over from his win last week and transferred it into this week and got another win. So he'll try and keep this roll going and take it on and try and go for 3 from 3.
So next week we'll head to Twin Rin Motegi. Your thoughts on the series going there? Do you enjoy that track?
Yeah, I love that track. I snagged a win there in the DCM Race of Champions in the Riley, and now it's always been a good favourite track of mine through all the console games, and now it's come to iRacing, and they've done a really good job at it. So yeah, this car should suit that track nicely, and it's got a good mix of fast straights and tight hairpins, so it'll be good. And it's a clean slate for everybody. No one's been there before, so it'll be definitely interesting, that's for sure.
Just quickly having a look at the stats. Fastest lap of the race goes to Van Gisbergen with a 1:39.019, but nothing in it. Ruggier right behind him with a 39.062. So a brilliant race done by Ruggier, and he's joined us. We're lucky enough to have him in the commentary box, mate. Justin Ruggier, well done, mate.
Having a good 2 weeks. No, that was a pretty intense race. Congratulations to ANZ Motorsport, RotorGeek.com, and Anydoor and Gates, and our proud sponsor, Stowe Australia, for hanging in there and supporting us guys. It was definitely an intense race for me. Looking at the fuel numbers every lap, and couldn't use the actual race pace that I'd like, but I got over the line with 0.1 left in my tank and got the win, which is great.
How hard is it? We were talking about it through the race that, it's hard enough to save fuel as it is, but when you've got to save fuel and race these guys that are right around you and going for the win at the same time, it's you've got your work cut out for you, haven't you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think me and Madison have sort of the same sort of driving style, and with me, I blip heavily on the downshift, that whole race I couldn't blip, and it's really hard to time your downshift with modulating the brake pedal and not having the rears lock up on you. So it was just really a mind game the whole 25 laps that we had, and having Shane and Madison breathing down your neck is quite intense, as you can imagine. So I was just grateful to come away with a win.
Yeah, you did really well out there, mate, and we could tell you wanted to get in front and sort of control the race from the front and hit your numbers that way. Was that the plan?
Yeah, definitely, Muggo. If I followed Madison, I think he'd control me like he did in the first race. I knew I had to get in front to sort of control him, and as you can see, it's really difficult to pass. Even though he did pass me and I did pass him, but it is very difficult to pass around here, and it showed. If you covered your line, had good exit speeds, slowed the braking down a bit, and you get a good exit, you can then control your fuel numbers as well.
Mate, the talk over the last few weeks was when you were going to get your first race win for the main race. Now you got 2 in a row. The talk around the paddock's now going to be, can you go for 3 for 3?
Well, let's hope so. I think the next track is going to be, I think it's going to be more suited to me. I don't really, this track's not one of my favourites. It's real tight, real hard to pass, and I suppose it is frustrating for people coming through the pack. So it'd be nice to go to a track where we can have some clean moves and a wider track and go for it. So definitely, look, I'm here to win every week, not once in a while. And it's taken me a long time to get here, but having great team members with ANZ, and we're really gelling, and hopefully we can get the podium more often.
It's been a big week. Your drivers, obviously, a lot of people took part in the fabulous Phillip Island 500 we had, and how hard is that when you come off such a big race and do a lot of practice and testing for that event, and then to jump in and you've got to sort of put your championship hat back on and get the car sorted for this round?
It's definitely a difficult. I mean, when you're racing the 500 kilometre race, it's an endurance race, so you don't it's not a sprint race where it's really intense. With endurance, it's more strategy and strategic, and you got to be so consistent. Where here you've got to it's placing that counts. You want to be up the front and no doubt win.
Well done, mate. Someone else who's just joined us in the commentary box, our second place driver for tonight, Shane Van Gisbergen. Mate, well done. Sensational battle to watch between yourself, Justin and Madison for the entire race.
Yeah, who says fuel races are boring, eh? That was pretty cool. I didn't plan to race tonight, but thanks to my teammates, they gave me an awesome setup and jumped straight in. Bit of fun. It was pretty tense up there, I tell you. Some people saving fuel, and like myself, I was pushing most of the way, so it made it pretty interesting, but probably was pretty enjoyable to watch too.
Mate, it was sensational. Sorry, go Josh.
No, you're right. Yeah, no, it definitely looked interesting from the broadcasting booth. Were you just sitting behind Justin and Madison and sort of watching your fuel and waiting to see what happened at the end there, or were you just pushing as hard as you keep pace?
Yeah, I was flat out the whole way. I don't seem to use as much fuel as the other guys, so I was pushing certainly quite hard, but just when as you know, you don't do many practice laps, you keep making those little mistakes that keep annoying you, so struggled a bit in a few places, but got the hang of it by the end of the race, just not enough to beat Justin. He was driving well, so congrats to him.
Yeah, no, you do well, and we were saying there towards the end that something had to give and someone had to make a move, and you shot it up the inside, and we were all amazed that you got it stopped, but no, definitely a great pass there, mate.
Yeah, it was the one time he sort of braked pretty early, so you got to take those opportunities when you get them, and I did.
Well, it was brilliant to watch, mate. Someone else who's joined us in the box who had quite an interesting finish towards the end. Nice battle with Scott there. It was Mitchell McLeod, mate. Mitch come home in 5th place.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I hadn't done much practice either, and I'm not the best at saving fuel, so all that race I just kept looking at the fuel readout and seeing how it was going. I had more pace in the car, I just couldn't do much about it. I just had to try and figure out a way to save fuel.
Can be a bit frustrating, can't it, mate? We're talking about how hard it is with trying to save fuel at the best of times, but when you got some guys around you and you're trying to battle for for a race win or for a decent position, it's hard to do sort of both at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And it's even more frustrating knowing the guys in front are just doing it better than you. That's all it comes down to. It might be set up here a little bit, but yeah, the main thing is I just got to learn how to drive a little bit smoother and save the fuel.
So I hope to have a bit of a chat with Madison. Looks like he hasn't popped his head in here at the moment. So we'll talk about next week, guys. We head to Twin Rin Motegi. So your thoughts on that one? We'll start, well, we spoke to you, Justin. You're looking forward to that one, mate?
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be a track that suits me, Shane, and Scott, and the rest of the boys. So I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully we can get some early numbers down and start doing some race testing, and hopefully we can have something there to finish up the front again.
I dare say Shane's going to be fairly busy next weekend and may not be able to make the race.
No, I'll miss this, unfortunately. It's a good track, but I'll be still in Melbourne, so trying to do some work throughout the week to help the boys, but yeah, real racing this weekend.
Well, best of luck with mate, and Mitchell, Twin Rin Motegi, mate, your thoughts? Are you looking forward to it?
Well, every other car around there, it's quite a good track and I really enjoy it, so it'll be interesting in the V8 because all the other cars that I've driven there have got a fair bit of downforce and heaps of grip, so it's going to be the complete opposite. I reckon it might feel like a bit of a lazy track for a V8 to drive around.
Well, we might things up there. Appreciate you guys taking some time out and chatting to us. A brilliant race. It was sensational to watch yourself, Justin, Shane, and battle with Madison. That was brilliant to watch the entire 25 laps. So take my hat off to you boys. You did a great job, and good luck for next week.
Thanks, mate.
And Josh, appreciate you some time out and joining me in the commentary box, mate. You did a bloody good job. You might be kicking us out of a job shortly.
Yeah, I don't know about, but yeah, definitely interesting to watch it from outside the car and have a bit of look and have a go at broadcasting, and yeah, it was interesting. But no, I think I'll be back in the car next week and putting some pressure on those ANZ boys.
Also a big thank you to Daniel Bryant, who stepped out of the commentary box, and to Jay Kennedy, who helped behind the scenes to put all this all together. Appreciate all your efforts, guys. So next week we go to round 7, Twin Rin Motegi, for the next round of the iRace and V8 Supercar Series. We look forward to you then. And we'd also like to thank Big Pond, Extreme Sim Gear, R-Seat and Direct Clutch Services. Your winner for round 6, Justin Ruggier.